The film begins one early morning when Zhang Xiyan drives Tang Yang to work. To save time, she put on makeup in the car. Suddenly, she feels hungry and regrets not buying 2 steamed buns from the corner shop. Xiyan has already prepared some for her, including a cup of unsweetened soy milk. In her eyes, he is a perfect brother. 11 years ago, they had just graduated from high school. Everyone gathered for a farewell meal, celebrating the end of their stressful high school years. The students were relaxed and carefree, drinking without restraint. Someone at the table mentioned that after graduation, even the best friendships tend to drift apart. Upon hearing this, the group became sentimental. Xiyan looked particularly sad, and Tang Yang, sitting beside him, promised that she would recognize him as her brother for the rest of my life. The classmates started smearing cake on each other's faces, and the atmosphere became lively. Returning to the present, today is her first day working at Huishang Bank, and she cannot be late. Xian drops her off at the Grand Bank building and wishes her good luck on her first day. Deputy Director Tang. Meanwhile, Director Gan Yiming of the Credit Review Department rushes into the meeting room where his colleagues are waiting for Tang Yang. On the screen, Tang Yang's profile is being displayed. She holds a PhD in finance, developed a financing model, and published many papers. Huishang Bank recruited her to serve as the deputy director of the Credit Review Department. Tang Yang enters on time, greets everyone, and introduces herself. Meanwhile, Xiyan takes a moment to reserve a private room at Shu Shiji restaurant, as she will likely want to bond with her new colleagues over a meal. Then, one of his subordinates calls to inform him about a problem with a livestream on Yisho Gourmet. He hurries to the livestream site, where popular streamer Sheng Nina hosts. Another streamer, Luya, interrupted the broadcast to promote products not part of the contract, leading to a conflict. Xiyan speaks with Luya, asking her to remove the unauthorized products. Still, she refuses, claiming it's a minor issue in the food livestream industry and reminding him how much wealth she has generated for his company. She feels entitled to some freedom. Xiyan gives her an ultimatum. If she insists, they will have to terminate the contract. Back at the bank, Tang Yang finds her office filled with files, which a colleague explains still need to be sorted. Director Gan pretends to scold his subordinates, urging them to tidy up Deputy Director Tang's office quickly. Tang Yang begins working at a desk in the open office. Around noon, she suggests that everyone go for lunch together, but Director Gan mentions that he has a prior engagement, and the other colleagues also decline with various excuses. So, Tang Yang orders takeout for everyone instead. Wei Ran meets with Xiyan, arguing that terminating the contract with Luya would be a massive loss for the company. However, he is firm, saying that no matter what, they cannot compromise their principles. Later, he brings Tang Yang the clothes she left in the car. She walks him to the elevator, and he takes out a necklace, saying it's a gift to celebrate her return home. Tang Yang is delighted. She has always liked this necklace and asks him to help her put it on. It turns out Xiyan had Wei Ran and Yan help choose the necklace, while he only paid for it. Tang Yang then heads to a meeting on the first floor. Before parting, they plan to have a hot pot together in the evening. She attends the meeting on behalf of the Credit Review Department. The head office plans to send leaders to inspect each department, and it is her first time attending such a meeting. After finishing her tasks, Tang Yang discovers the news of the termination of Yi Shu and Lu Ya's contract. She quickly calls Wei Ran, who confirms that it was Xiyan's personal decision. Later, Xiyan waits for her at the hot pot restaurant. She asks him if the issue with the contract termination is serious. He was seemingly unaffected by the company's recent events. After their meal, it begins to rain. On the way, they reflect on their 13 years of friendship. Wei Ran and Yan's son is already 6. When the 3 old friends reunite, they naturally tease each other. Tang Yang mentions that ever since she returned, her mother has been urging her to get married, and Xiyan is in a similar situation, with his mother constantly nagging him. Wei Ran jokingly suggests they should get together, saving them both from their parents' pressure. On the way home, he persists in teasing Xiyan, trying to set him up with Tang Yang, but Xiyan shakes his head, saying they're too close for that. The signing ceremony between Yi Shu and Sheng Nina is about to begin, but Xiyan can't find his cufflinks. Sheng Nina lends him one of her earrings to temporarily solve the issue. Xiyan then gives a warm opening speech, and Nina, looking elegant, takes the stage to share her thoughts on the collaboration. The room is filled with spotlights focused on this handsome pair, creating a lively atmosphere. After the ceremony, Nina accidentally steps on her long dress, nearly falling. Xiyan quickly catches her, and a photo of his cufflink and necklace pendant is taken together. When this picture hits the internet, It immediately causes a sensation, sparking rumors of an affair between them. Later, Tang Yang reads the various news reports in front of Shi Yan, who quickly explains that it is purely a coincidence and that there is absolutely nothing between him and Sheng Nina. However, Tang Yang hopes that he will find a partner soon. He jokes that she'll be left alone to endure her parents' nagging if he does. Meanwhile, Tang Yang discovers that branch manager Shu at a subordinate branch has been involved in irregular loan practices. She summons him for questioning, leaving him speechless and forcing him to admit his mistakes, promising to return with the complete documentation for approval. Tang Yang decides to visit the branch in person for a site inspection. Afterward, Shi Yan accompanies Tang Yang for a stroll down Old Street. They visit the library they frequented during their school days and reminisce about the past. They recall a time when they fought over food. And Shi Yan, too proud to apologize, went to the broadcasting station and, pretending to be Tang Yang's older brother, made a public announcement missing sister notice. Realizing this was his joke, she immediately went to find him to teach him a lesson. Returning to the here and now, Shi Yan accompanies Tang Yang through the bustling streets and alleys of the old city, eating as they explore. At that moment, the city management arrives to clear the area, forcing the street vendors to hurriedly pack up their tables and chairs. They are holding their food and drinks in hand and stand awkwardly by the roadside. Manager Shu sees them and enthusiastically invites Tang Yang to dine inside his restaurant. She politely declines and manages to escape the situation, while Shi Yan, who had hidden earlier, teases her by mimicking Manager Shu's overly friendly tone. Laughing and reminiscing about their childhood, the two recall a time when a dog chased them. Shi Yan brags that if it happened now, he wouldn't run so frantically. A dog suddenly blocks their path. Shi Yan's bravado vanishes, and he instinctively steps back, stumbling over his words. The two of them immediately turn and run like they did as kids. However, the dog sprints past them and disappears into an alley, likely heading home, leaving them relieved as they realize the dog never had them in its sights. Only then do they notice that they've been holding hands tightly. They laugh at each other's earlier panic. But during their escape, Tang Yang twists her ankle. He offers to carry her, but she insists on hobbling along alone. After much effort, they finally reach the car, where Shi Yan quickly applies a spray to treat her ankle. Tang Yang receives a call from Director Gan, asking her to organize a dinner for the credit review department. Shi Yan suspects Mr. Gan has ulterior motives, so Tang Yang arranges the dinner at a restaurant owned by Wei Ran, ensuring she'll be in a safe environment. Upon arriving, it becomes clear that Director Gan is up to no good, as he insists on switching seats to sit next to Tang Yang. She preemptively mentions that she has a cold, but Director Gan still persistently tries to get her to drink alcohol. Meanwhile, Shi Yan, concerned for Tang Yang, turns his car around and heads to the restaurant, disguising himself as a waiter by wearing a mask. He hovers protectively around Tang Yang. She has already noticed that the waiter is Shi Yan and plays along. Frustrated that he can't get close to Tang Yang, Director Gan scolds Shi Yan, pulling him aside to complain. He then tries again to convince Tang Yang to drink, claiming it would help her sweat out the cold. He deliberately spills a bowl of soup on Director Gan, who angrily demands to see the restaurant's owner. Wei Ran arrives and pretends to reprimand Shi Yan, who struggles to suppress his laughter. Wei Ran repeatedly apologizes to Director Gan and even offers to fire the waiter to smooth things over. After dinner, Shi Yan drives Tang Yang home. Tang Yang, sensing something off about Shi Yan's behavior, questions him, but he brushes it off, insisting that everything is normal. Later, he meets Wei Ran and Sheng Wei for a meal, and Wei Ran also notices that he is acting strangely. Without looking up from his food, Sheng suddenly blurts out, Xian has a crush on Tang Yang. He immediately denies it and tells Sheng Wei to stop making baseless remarks. Meanwhile, Shi Yan's mother delivers fresh vegetables she grows in Yan'an. She then heads to her dance class at the senior center, where she partners with Tang Yang's mother, Mrs. Zhou. They joke that while the red string of fate ties together most young couples, Shi Yan and Tang Yang's connection is more like a steel cable forged by the god Guan Yu, a symbol of brotherly solid bonds. The two mothers even make a pact to help each other find suitable partners for their children. At the dance class, an elderly man tries to ask Shi Yan's mother for a dance, but she immediately pulls Mrs. Zhou over, proudly declaring that she's been her dance partner for over 10 years and doesn't dance with anyone else. She believes that Shi Yan's single status is a trait he inherited from her. Leah's recent resignation dealt a significant blow to Shi Yan's company, as the previously steady growth in fans began to decline, and they soon dropped out of the top 10. Observing other streamers starting PK challenges, he decided to try this approach to regain momentum. Meanwhile, Tang Yang's bank is highly competitive, with big and small goals to achieve daily. Every day, she is forced to endure the presence of Director Gan, whose inappropriate behavior toward female colleagues is a constant source of discomfort. She witnessed him touching another female colleague's hand through a window while eating instant noodles, and it made her cringe. She often seeks solace in chatting with Shi Yan, especially when her mother arranges more blind dates. Much to her frustration, she calls Shi Yan, asking for his help as a curveball to avoid these setups. At the same time, Sheng Nina has been constantly hounded by paparazzi, who publish a daily stream of gossip about her. Rumors range from her gaining weight to looking disheveled or without new projects, with some claiming she's on the verge of becoming a washed-up star. After leaving her apartment and heading to the underground parking lot, she encounters a suspicious-looking figure in a black hoodie. Feeling a sense of unease, she thinks back on her recent encounters with the paparazzi and becomes anxious. The person in the hoodie turns out to be Cheng Wei, a reserved engineer from her company. He rarely interacts with others but is known for his technical prowess. Cheng Wei only shows up when needed, usually for software upgrades or editing tasks. Currently, he's testing the company's advertising lights with an infrared scanning device, but Cheng Nina mistakes his actions for different bad behavior. Nina, assuming she is being photographed again, loudly demands that he stop and delete any pictures he's taken. Cheng Wei finds her outburst baffling and doesn't bother explaining. As he prepares to walk away, she aggressively reaches for his glasses, believing them to be a covert recording device. It's only after entering the company and seeing others greet Cheng Wei that she realizes she has made a mistake. By then, his glasses had already been broken, and she awkwardly offered to buy him a new pair. Cheng Wei, still irritated, tells her they haven't been released for sale yet, so she wouldn't be able to buy them anyway. Later that evening, Shi Yan's mom is again nagging him to improve his emotional intelligence and learn how to manage relationships. Upon hearing that Tang Yang has returned to town, she personally makes a special dish. Buddha jumps over the wall, intending to invite Tang Yang over to share it. She receives a call from Shi Yan, surprised by his late-night invitation to come downstairs. The excuse he gives is humorously childish. He wants to thank her for not abandoning him during their encounter with the mad dog. To make it up to her, he has prepared a small gift. When she arrives at Shi Yan's car, she's surprised that the gift is lipstick, a thoughtful and unexpected gesture. It's a special moment for her, as this is the first time in her life that she's been gifted both high heels and lipstick, and both times by him. Excited, she tries the lipstick on and finds the color a perfect match. Admiring Shi Yan's impeccable taste again, Tang Yang's high school classmate, Zhou Mo, invited her for dinner, which made Shi Yan immediately wary. When he saw that Zhou Mo was not only tall and handsome but also successful in his career, he felt a sense of danger. They seemed to have much in common, which only heightened Shi Yan's discomfort. He quickly texted his friends, asking them to come urgently. Cheng Wei and Wei Ran rushed to there. Wei Ran immediately understood Shi Yan's motive, a plan to scope out the competition. Shi Yan used the opportunity to separate Tang Yang and Zhou Mo by having Zhou sit next to the guys. However, Zhou Mo proved extremely charming and soon defeated Shi Yan's friends. Wei Ran, looking to secure a piano teacher for his child, discovered that Zhou Mo knew a famous piano instructor, and he immediately offered to help. This quickly made Wei Ran switch sides. That evening, Tang Yang's circle of friends was abuzz with talk about Zhou Mo's charisma and maturity. The women in the group were particularly taken with him, leaving Shi Yan increasingly frustrated. His original plan to have them speak ill of Zhou Mo had backfired, and instead, they were all singing his praises. Wei Ran's wife had just discovered a new app that supposedly measured romantic compatibility. For fun, the group decided to test everyone's scores. Shi Yan, confident that his name paired with Tang Yang's would score highly, eagerly participated. However, when their compatibility score was revealed, it was shockingly low, 52 points out of 100, prompting laughter from the entire group. To make matters worse, everyone else's score with Tang Yang was higher than his, which annoyed him. Meanwhile, Zhou Mo attended a dinner with old classmates, and the conversation turned to Tang Yang. One classmate, who had talked a dorm with Tang Yang, mentioned how hardworking and ambitious she was. After graduating, Tang Yang saved up to buy a house in her hometown, choosing the shortest mortgage term possible to avoid long-term debt. She lived frugally, even foregoing her beloved collectibles. This story left a deep impression on Zhou Mo, making him admire her even more. Later, Tang Yang asked Shi Yan if he could come to her rescue again on Saturday, just like last time, to help her get rid of another blind date arranged by her mother. He is always willing to help and immediately sets an alarm to ensure he won't be late. When Saturday arrived, Shi Yan overslept. Realizing too late that Tang Yang was likely already sitting through another awkward date, he rushed out the door, driving as if his car had wings to get there quickly. As expected, his familiar antics successfully helped Tang Yang escape the date her mother had set up, ending the whole process. On their way back, he complained about being starving. Tang Yang invited him to join her at home for a meal, marking the end of a chaotic but successful day.